My name is Melina Magone,
My name is Savannah Jacobs.
and we are here to speak about the truth of our first-hand experience with a creator. And we were silenced and isolated for a long time, and we couldn't speak about it because we were genuinely scared of what this creator would do.
I'm not allowed to say names for legal reasons, but we are here to talk about...
I can, Ashley Barnes, and we want justice for everyone that has ever been involved with her, because what she has done to everyone is horrible. It's disgusting, it's inhumane, and everyone deserves justice. Brad Mason came out with a video, and so did Echo and a few other people, and we felt more comfortable to tell our side of the story because we were the closest people to Ashley, her ex-girlfriend and her best friend, and we cannot believe she would do this stuff to her friends. Since she can't say her name, she's gonna say
Peaches. We stayed friends, well, me as her girlfriend, and she stayed friends with her because genuinely we were scared for our lives about what she would do to us if we were to say something or come out with a story.
She would start saying some random things that were actually terrifying that no one should be telling people, and it was mentally ill. Also, back to that, a lot of people in my comments are asking me why I stayed friends with her if I knew what was happening. But personally, I actually did not know what was happening. Brad Mason, we got on the phone and we started calling about it because he told me that it was about Ashley, the video he originally posted. So I was like, oh my god, I'm not alone. So I started confiding into him and telling him what was happening with me and Ashley and how I wasn't safe. And he told me everything before the video was posted, so I was aware up to a day before the video was posted of what actually went down. And that is why I wasn't filming videos with her when I was in LA. That is why I stayed away from her, and she would just walk up to me, ask me to film, and then walk away. She didn't even want to talk. And I'm talking about the last time I just came back from LA, this past LA trip.
The reason why we were both scared of
Ashley
was because she would say sometimes about how she would feel a certain way if she were to do
to someone. And hearing that from people that she's super close to, she has threatened us.
Especially us being so close to her, that's why we were genuinely scared of what she would do.
Because she would tell us everything she felt. Also, you guys have been asking, why did I stay with Ashley, not Savannah? But the whole time I was friends with Savannah, I was banned from Savannah. Ashley would not let me hang out with her. I will post the screenshots of her yelling at me when she found out I was hanging out with her. And Savannah and I have been friends since we were younger in 2nd grade, and Ashley and I met in 8th grade, and she tried to take it away. She would tell me lies about Savannah, telling me, you really want to be friends with someone who did this to me? You really want to do that? And she was like, she would just guilt trip me the whole time. While Ashley was with Savannah, this whole time she has been in love with me, and she has told me she is in love with me. She has told me that since I've had a girlfriend, and I've told her multiple times that I'm super uncomfortable about it, and she was like, it's just a joke, but we knew it wasn't.
I always had a gut feeling that she didn't like me more than she liked somebody else.
In the beginning of our friendship, last May, when I went viral on TikTok with her, the week before we even posted videos, she was on vocal rest, and I had to sit there and talk to her, and it wasn't an issue. She was perfectly normal. And then she brought me to this field that she brings herself every night, and she told me, without telling me, she mouthed, I am in love with you, but I can't be in love with you because I have a girlfriend. And that's a lot to put on someone, especially someone you just meet. And I didn't know what to do, so I told her, I was like, we need to talk about this when you can actually talk. The whole time, I had nothing with Ashley Barnes. I never wanted Ashley Barnes. I wanted her back in February of 2024, was it? Yeah, 2024, before we became friends. It's not even that I wanted her, I just thought she was pretty, and she told me, when I told her that, she told me, she was like, things could have been so different, it could have been you and me, and she told Brad Mason that it's either him or me as endgame, we were gonna get married. She would also, while with Savannah, she would lay on my chest and do all this stuff, even though I told her it was not okay. And she was like, it's okay, we are just friends, this is what friends do. And I thought that was kind of normal because I've seen my straight friends do it, and I just felt a little uncomfortable because of our past history. And one night that really sticks out to me is the night that we went to her sister's dance recital or whatever it was. At this dance recital, she did post a picture of me, if you guys do remember this. I was holding flowers, and those flowers were for her sister. the whole time at this dance recital, she was giving me looks and just saying some weird things, and I was like super uncomfortable. She also went through my phone, searched up her name in any conversation I ever had with her name in it, asking me, and that's how she found out I kind of liked her in February. During the recital, we had a blanket because it was cold. Under that blanket, she grabbed my hand and held my hand. I wouldn't look at her. I literally refused to look at her. I stared at the stage the whole time. At the end of the day, she asked me why I wasn't looking at her. Was she making me nervous? And she was, but not in a good butterfly way. I wanted to leave. That night we had a sleepover and I went over to her house. She laid on my chest and she was trying to explain the situation without saying the situation. So she created names. I don't remember the name she gave herself, but she gave me the name Melanie. And these names were used to talk about how she liked me and wanted me without saying it directly. She was trying to use it as a gateway to get in. She, on multiple occasions, has told me she wanted to break up with Savannah and wanted to get with me. Actually, I just remembered the name she gave herself was Abby. Also, Savannah did not know about these names until just now.
Just now. She would always talk about, like, this girl named Melanie, and I didn't, like, know who that was, and she would always say, like, oh, Abby, and I'm just like, okay, maybe they're your friends, but I never knew, like, the whole story.
I thought once I got a girlfriend it would all stop, but it just never stopped. She has always acted weird, but I have put boundaries up since because I dearly love my girlfriend so much, and I would never want to do this to her.
One day, our dearest friend,
Echo.
She had a show, Newsies, that we went to. Great show.
It was
we love her.
Back in March. It was like a month before, a little less than a month before the Glow House party.
Went to her show. Everything was fine. We went back home, and this is where things kind of get crazy.
In the car on the way back home, we got Wendy's, and then it was super late. I told her I had to go home, and she was like, no, it's fine, like, stay. And I go, okay, like, if you drive me home, I'll stay. She was like, okay. Once we got back to her house, we stayed in the car sitting there. It was probably like after 12, and me and Savannah were making jokes. Disclaimer, me and Savannah have been friends since second grade. We make jokes, and we will always make jokes. Any close friends make jokes like this. I was sitting there, and Savannah said something. I don't recall what it was, but I was like, stop before I kiss you, and we just giggled. Ashley turned and said, do it.
We kind of looked at each other like weird and confused. We're like, no, like, haha, that's, like, we don't do that.
Yeah, like, it's a joke. I have a girlfriend. Ashley then proceeds to
continue the joke
and beg us. I made a joke and I said, $250. Give me $250. And she said, okay.
Not thinking she would actually give Melina the $250.
So when we were sitting there, she wanted us to just peck. We kept saying no. It took us 10 minutes to finally do it because we just wanted her to shut the fuck up. After that, it doesn't end there. She then goes and says, do it again. I want to go in the back seat and I want to be in the middle. Pretend
there's a middle seat.
She sat there,
right there.
I sat here,
I sat
and
there.
she sat there. Again, probably took us another 10 minutes because we did not want to do this. We did not want to do this, but we had no other choice. She was literally getting upset.
While this person was going to be in the middle seat, she offered and kept offering more money.
For us to do it the second time, she said she'd give me another $250, so I would get $500 to kiss Savannah twice. I felt so uncomfortable, and I didn't know what to do, but we were stuck in this car, and she was my ride home, and I just wanted to go home. After this, she turned to me and she goes, if she can kiss you, I can kiss you. And I was like, what? And she was begging. She was like, please, like, that's, like, hypocritical, like, why can't I kiss you? Savannah did it, like, she got to do it, I didn't, why can't I do it? And Savannah literally had nothing to say. She was like, I don't know. Savannah had no other choice, and she really couldn't say no because Ashley was going to do whatever she wanted. I couldn't even give her an answer. I couldn't say yes or no because she turns to me, grabs me by the throat and the face like this, and pulls me in and holds my face there for 3 to 5 seconds. Which is different because when me and Savannah kissed, it was... That's it. I felt so uncomfortable after. I wanted to leave, and I couldn't. She had to drive me home. She said she was gonna give me $750 for that.
It doesn't end there. While we were all back there, she proceeds to say, let's do a 3-way kiss.
If you guys are confused about 3-way kisses, it was like this. Like she wanted us to do it like that.
Me and Melina were very uncomfortable and didn't really know what to do in that moment, so we kept pushing to say no, but we really couldn't.
She wouldn't listen to us. She said she'd give me $200 more. By the way, I'm the only one getting money out of this. Savannah had to just do this. At the end of the night, I received $950 in my Venmo account to kiss Ashley Barnes. And I feel like I was taken advantage of. I felt so upset that my friend wanted this, especially with her own girlfriend. Also, I don't know if you guys can take the hint. She gets off on this. She told us she gets off on this. That's all she wanted. She was like weirdly touching herself. Like she was like doing like weird stuff. This whole time I'm telling her I had a girlfriend and I really don't want to do this. And I would never want to put this harm on my girlfriend because I love her so much.
Melina was being so respectful towards her girlfriend.
The only reason I was okay with kissing Savannah was because she wouldn't stop pressuring this. And when she said she wanted to kiss Ashley and me, that she wanted us to kiss, I was so, like, I was not going to do it. For no amount of money, I was not going to do it. She grabbed my face and did it. I would not do that to my girlfriend, especially this girl that's fucking in love with me. Alright, part 3, but we are also doing this in order of like timelines. So the first part was in the beginning of our friendship. The second part was a month before the party for LA, and then this is going to be the glow house party.
So right after school, we all had gone to the same school at the time. Right after school, we were going to go back to Peach's house, and we were going to go from there to the airport. And when we get there, we notice she hasn't packed anything.
Clothes everywhere. By the way, we are staying there for, I think, a week, maybe 8 days.
A week.
She has clothes that you should be... Her clothes are tiny. You know what clothes she wears. She wears, like, these tiny tops. Like, she probably has over 200 pairs of tops in this pile. You can't see the ground.
So we're trying to get ready to go to the airport. We have, 2 hours before our flight leaves?
Yeah.
And we're trying to go, and she's still packing. She's yelling at all of us. We're just trying to help her, and we're like, what can we do? She's like, just go into the other room, and she's just, continuously yelling at us for doing nothing.
By the time she finally is packed, we are an hour late to leave for the airport. We call the Uber. We get in the Uber. She is the most disrespectful person to adults. I want everyone to know she is so rude to adults. This poor Uber driver was driving. She's getting yelled at. We are in traffic. 2 accidents happened on the way there on the highway by the American Dream Mall. You guys know where that is. And we were stuck. She's screaming about it. She's freaking out. She's like, well, Dad, if we don't make it, just buy me a ticket and they can stay. They can stay. Buy me a ticket. Mind you, I bought my own ticket.
She kept saying, this is my trip, but
it wasn't. While in this car, she's freaking out, and her dad says, you're probably not going to get your dress until tomorrow morning. That's the day of the party. The party's at night. She starts tweaking out. She's like, what do you mean? I need my dress, blah, 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 blah. Savannah's trying to explain. She is screaming at everyone. I finally turn to her, and I'm like, Ashley, we will get on this plane. Our bags just might not, and they'll make the next flight, and we'll get them by tomorrow morning. You don't need to freak out. You're going to have your dress by tomorrow. It's going to be okay.
I'm trying to calm her down, and she's only listening to Melina.
Only. Right when I say that, she goes, oh, okay. We get to the airport. We have to check bags. She is going manic. She's going crazy about checking her bag. She doesn't know what to do. She's freaking out. She's kind of being passive aggressive to the workers. I felt so embarrassed.
So the first night we get there in West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, we're going up on the rooftop. We're getting into our bathing suits because there's a rooftop pool.
And a hot tub.
And a hot tub. We're all just hanging out, having a great time, filming TikToks like we usually do. Just having normal conversations. So we're just making TikToks, and then this influencer has a great idea to rage bait basically, and post a video having me flirt with this
Echo.
hopelessly straight person. that-
Echo, she talked about this in her video.
Yes.
Echo was forced to flirt with Savannah, and Ashley wanted me to flirt with her. I voiced I have a girlfriend, and that's not okay. So Echo voiced that she does not feel comfortable. She doesn't want to be posted in a bikini, and she asked multiple times to not have this happen, but Ashley kept insisting.
During all of this, we felt so uncomfortable, but really we couldn't do anything because she had such a controlling power over all of us.
She held it over her head that she paid for this Airbnb, and that this is her trip,
This is her
and
trip.
that we're just here because of her. Like, yes, I'm not gonna lie, my following came from her.
Mine too.
She did so much for me. She is a good person deep down, but she's just so messed up in so many different ways that she needs help, and we have tried to give her this help, and she does not want to be saved.
It got to the point where this person asked me and
Echo.
to kiss, and obviously we were both like uncomfortable with it, but again we really couldn't do anything, so we ended up doing it, and she said, "Oh, I didn't see, do it again." So we ended up doing it again, but after that she also asked me and Melina to kiss again.
And we did it because we felt like we had nothing else to do. If we walked away, she could just come back in the room. Like, you guys don't really understand how terrifying it was to be in any of these situations, because you could be sitting here saying, but why didn't you just stay now? Why didn't you leave? She is a manipulative, pathological liar. We, Brad, and multiple other people have talked, and we have found out things are being said, and things are also being said, and they're not really lining up. They're all lies. You actually don't know who Ashley Barnes is. No one knows who she is. You cannot trust her. During the 3 days we were staying at the Airbnb, one of the nights we went to Capri's after the Glow House party, and it was normal, and it was chill, and nothing weird was happening.
At that party after the Glow House, we had it all gone.
But the only difference about that night was she didn't come home with us. She went home later. We were super suspicious. We were like, why'd you stay later? She was like, I was just having fun. It's fine. Like, it's okay. And we were like, all right, we're not gonna question. The next couple nights, she keeps going to Capri's house. Piper's there, but Piper leaves early. So she ends up just hanging out with, I think, Evan and Capri and all the guys. If you guys don't know who Evan is the assistant. I don't know what he was to Capri or Piper, but he sexually assaulted a 7-year-old asking for in a field. Allegedly, that is what has been being told. Allegedly. She's had this weird connection with Evan that whole time, and it was kind of uncomfortable. The next night, I went.
The next night, I didn't go.
It was just me and Ashley, and we went there, and the party, it wasn't a party, it was just hang out with the people that were in the house. She would disappear into rooms upstairs. We weren't allowed to be in these rooms. I don't know what was happening in these rooms, but it was super suspicious. She told us that allegedly Capri said that he likes cheetah print. So the next night when we were at her uncle's house, she went by herself to the house in a cheetah print bra. She also said she wasn't going to be drinking, but when I went there, she told me she was drinking and not to tell Savannah because Savannah was super against it. I went home and I told Savannah. We're hanging out with her cousin while we're at her uncle's house, and every night she would leave and go to Capri's house. And one night we actually requested her to not go because we thought it was unfair that we couldn't go and that she was leaving us every night, but in her words, it's her trip.
So we're sitting in Melina's room at the time with her cousin, with this influencer,
Eating Mexican food.
eating Mexican food. It was great food.
Amazing. Tasted amazing.
She claimed she was gonna go downstairs and grab the ice cream we had gotten her.
Because she was having a bad day that day.
So she goes downstairs and I get a text on my phone.
No, not even.
I get a text that says, I'm going to
Capri's house.
I love you, goodbye.
And
then
we hear the door
slam shut.
I run down the stairs. I open the door. I see her going into the Uber. I start yelling. I was like, Ashley, what the fuck? Like, why are you doing this? This makes no sense. You could have told us. You're a liar. Like, we were so frustrated that whole night we just stayed up texting her, making sure she was going to come home, because we genuinely didn't know where she was going. We assumed she was going to Capri's, but she wouldn't give us any answer. And to be honest, I'm not going to lie, the nights that she was gone,
It was
were the best nights
night
of
we
LA.
ever had.
Yeah, that was amazing.
We had so many
much fun.
inside jokes, so many like just memories that we'll cherish forever.
Are you guys ready? She came home with a black scent because she told me that she was around guys, and that's how she talks when she's around guys. And since Capri is dark toned, that's what happened. She said she was with them for like 3 hours. That doesn't happen. We were like, "What are you talking about? Like, why are you talking like this?" And she was like, "Cuh, like, you know how it be. Like that's not how she talks. Like, why are you doing that?"
So that night she comes home, I'm in the bed that I'm supposed to be sleeping in, and she comes in, and I wake up, and I take my pillow and I take my blanket, and she's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm going for a walk," and I didn't tell her where I was going. I ended up going down to the beach because we were right by the beach, and I slept for about 2 hours.
For the rest of the trip, there is so much tension that anyone in the room could read it. Anytime she would say something, someone would get pissed off. It would always turn into a fight, and she wouldn't give us any fucking respect. The whole time, she was degrading Savannah. Savannah does so much for her. All Ashley had over her head was the fact that she paid for everything, but she always did the manual labor, and she always offered to pay. Savannah never asked for her to pay for her.
I really hate the way I look. Invert the camera, turn the beauty filter up. If they don't see me how I see me, that's